Yes, this is the Retro Bear back once again, like the Renegade Master, in the gaming pantry, bringing you another Wii collection video. Yes, I hear you cry. You can't wait for these to come out. The good news is we are nearly at the end. I think we can probably get UV and W and XYZ and the appendix all in 2 videos. We're nearly there. Part 14 this is. Is it 14? 14? Goodness me. Man, I didn't think it'd be as long as this when we first started, I've got to be honest with you. But it's taken nearly 3 months. It's going to make me think twice about doing another one of these, that's for sure. I might just leave it until another time in the future. Anyway, Retro Bear here in the Game Pantry, thank you very much indeed for tuning in. Great to have you with us once more. You know what it's about. It's a Wii video. We just show the Wii videos, Wii games, we talk about them, and then we finish and we go and do something else. Lovely. Oh dear. I know what it is in my head. I tell you it's my head. I keep seeing it every single time. It's like great tram line down there. I've been sleeping on it funny again. I always, I'm never off. When I'm awake or asleep, I'm funny. I seem to sleep a lot funnier than I do when I wake up. Strange. So let's go through this one, which is the entitled to a section on its own because of how I file my games. And I mentioned this right at the very, very start. Anything beginning with the has its own section, because that's how it appears down the spine. It says the on the spine, it is the in the gaming section, so it fits somewhere between T and U, but as a section to itself. So you sort of go, anything starts with T, A, G, F, G, so anything TE. So I think last one we did was Teleaddicts. Teleaddicts? Or was it Tenchu? Yeah, Tenchu. And then we move into the, so we go from TE to TH, and after we finish the THs, we then move on to TI, which I think was Tiger Woods. No, Thor. Thor was the next game after that one. So there we go. So this really sort of fits somewhere between the last video I did. So I did all the T's, but left out the the's. The the's? That was a band, wasn't it? A band, weren't they, back in the day? Anyway, I'm rambling. Shall we start? So anything beginning with the goes into this section here. And there's some good games in there. Some good games in there. Some retold tat as well. There's always retold tat. Let's start then with The Adventures of Tintin and The Secret of the Unicorn. Never was a Tintin fan. I was an Asterix boy. I used to prefer Asterix. Tintin, I don't know, just I don't know, a small boy and his dog. Crime fighting, I don't know, doesn't sound my sort of thing really. This was a film. This is a Steven Spielberg film, I think it was, of all things. Andy Serkis was involved. He's always involved in his sort of motion capture things. That's the back of it anyway. Unravel the age-old mystery of the unicorn. I think I've read about 3 Tintin books ever, and it just didn't inspire me in the slightest. I've never seen the film either. I've never seen the film. I might have seen bits of the film, but not my sort of thing. And you'll find there's probably quite a few film tie-ins in this one as we go through. Oh, look, we have another one. It's The Ant Bully. Do you remember that? I've never heard of this film. No manual. I've got a safety manual, but I have no manual. It's rather annoying, isn't it? But I don't know this one at all. I'm not sure whether I think this must have come after. Well, it did come after it, because do you remember when A Bug's Life came out and Ants came out? There was these 2 films they were talking about that had been made very, very pretty much at the same time, but involving insects, which was slightly different. I've got no idea what this one is about. Never even heard of it. But yeah. But everything's got English, British English and Dutch instructions on the back. That's really unusual, isn't it? The film Legendary Pictures, Warner Brothers. Never heard of them. Never heard of it, never played it. The Black Eyed Peas experience, you can make your own jokes up about that, includes 2 additional tracks. I mean, you can get this for 50p, which is why it's in his collection. I'd never a fan of the Black Eyed Peas at all. Never, ever. Dance and sing to 26 chart-topping tracks. But 26 of them? Are there any in here that I recognise? Am I going to sit here and read out all the tracks on it? No, because no, it doesn't tell you. It doesn't tell you what the 26 are. All I can tell you, there are 5 on the back, which is Boom Boom Pow, Don't Stop the Party, I Got a Feeling, Pump It Up, The Time. And that's it, and many more, 21 more. And it says there features 2 additional tracks. That means it's 28 on here? I don't know. We've got The Biggest Loser USA. Real fun, real results. It's one of the many fitness games on the Wii. Ties in with the TV series, I believe. And there's sort of like nutritional stuff on the back as well. I thought we got through all these. Bob and Gillian Are There For You, featuring tips and expertise from your trainers Bob Harper and Gillian Michaels. We've got 2 Gillian Michaels games anyway, so yeah. The key is so fit, these games, where you put them on the shelf and take them off again and put them on and take them off and dust them. So much, so, you know, God, it's great that. And then there's The Biggest Loser Challenge, which I have new workouts, new recipes, new challenges, and much more. Yeah, is that Gillian Michaels again on the front? Possibly, could be. There we go. So, quite why somebody thought these games were churn them all out. They all do the same sort of thing, don't they? I'm sure they do. Right. It's one of the very first games I picked up for the Wii, I think. Probably the first 30 or 40 or so. The Bigs, which is baseball. Getting dirt cheap to pick up this game. It's actually not bad. Not brilliant. It's flaming annoying, especially when you realise you want to make sure you got your batteries are fully charged, or you've got good batteries in there, because I tried playing this, and if your batteries are slightly going at all, it doesn't register anything. I've a real mess around with it. This one I think is a little harder to track down. Not much more expensive, but a little harder. You don't see it all often. It's the Bigs 2 baseball with the baseball hologram on the front of it. But if you played baseball on the Wii Sports, then this is very much the same sort of thing, but a bit more in depth. You've got pitching and things to do on that as well. So, but yeah, there weren't many baseball. I thought there'd be more baseball games for it. You know, loads of golf games, but you know, not so many baseball games. One of my favourite games on the Wii. One of my favourite games on the PlayStation 3 as well. Just love it. Beatles Rock Band. Absolutely brilliant. If you don't have to be a fan, and not many people like the Beatles. I don't like the Beatles. I am not a fan of the Beatles in the slightest. But I will say this. This is a really good game. I've just realised I've actually got the instructions for the band equipment in here, but I don't actually have the game instructions. Man, that's annoying, because that's a 50p game again. But I've finished this on the PlayStation 3. I just absolutely loved it. The whole art and design of it. I don't see anything in the back, but it is just absolutely superb. You don't have to be a fan of the music to appreciate what a good game that is. I mean, it's probably one of the best rock band games they've done. Really is good. This one I don't know anything about at all. I've never even seen the film. This is the Chronicles of Narnia, Prince Caspian. I thought they didn't make any more after The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, to be honest with you. That was enough. You can get The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe on every other system. On the PlayStation 2, they're practically giving it away. But yeah, I don't know anything about that one, I'm afraid. Journey Back to Narnia. Tiptoe Through the Wardrobes with Me. Now, what have I got here? Oh, yeah. Ah, man. So I've got my copy here of The Conduit, special edition. And this one I picked up from 6. However, I was donated. Oh, just remembered, actually. Go on. I just remember I was donated a couple of sort of boxed things from my very good friend, Mr. Pete Fighter. 2. So I've actually got 2 of these. So I've actually got a copy of The Conduit. Now there is a special edition, folks. Is because there's a hint and tips guide type thing to go with it as well, which shows you some lovely parts of the game. It's a really good game, this. I think it gets unfairly sort of slated. I think some people expect it to be the second coming of first-person shooters, but it wasn't. I've got a couple of those there. I've also got another one. Hang on a second. Yeah, I've got a couple of those, so one needs to go in there. I've also got another one. I've actually got three. I've got 3 copies of this. How I end up with 3? But yeah, so I've actually got 3 copies of that. So there's 2 that Pete donated to me, and then there's this one which I picked up my original battered copy. Which I'll show you the inside and I'll show you the game. I'll show you the back first of all as well. There we go. But yeah, I think the second game is meant to be the better one of the 2. So there we go. So The Conduit, which is not a game about electrical fixings and wiring. Yeah, so it's a fun shoot 'em up. But yeah, it sort of, it didn't satisfy a lot of people when it came out, because I think they were expecting something far, far better. I don't know. I've forgotten I got those. But there we go. I've got 2 of them for somewhere. I've got 2 of them. This just had a sequel in the cinema, this one. This is the Croods Prehistoric Party. It's a fun little film, that. I think this is a come out on a double box. I'm sure it came out released with something else. Survival of the Funnest. Yes, it's a party game type thing. Lovely. This is based on the hit TV series that I never watched, The Cube. This is a game which, when I first started collecting these, it's like an 8 to 12 quid game. I'm not sure if it's still the same price. It's not one you see that often, but yeah, it is a bit of a more of the pricey ones to pick up. I remember it came out towards the end of the life of the Wii. I don't know. This one, The Dog Island. Now, I love dogs. Look at that face. Look at that face. Look at that. I love dogs. So I love the Dog Island as well. I love these. When we had Molly, our black lab, it sort of reminded me of her, really. But journey through an adorable quest. Customise your dog with clothes and accessories. Use your sniffing power. Yeah. You can't help but look at them and think, oh, aren't they nice? Aren't they cute? Never played it. This is The Garfield Show. Threat of the Space Lasagna. Lasagna. It's been ages since I've had lasagna. This, I think, is the only Garfield game on the Wii. I think there's 2 on the PlayStation 2. One which is, I think, a bit more harder to track down than the other one. I think there's Garfield. It's one of that. Anyway, it's a mini game type thing. It's mildly annoying. Not great. There's better examples, but it'll do. This one I was really surprised at about how sort of well it plays and how good it is. And this is the Godfather, the Black Hand edition. It's not an expensive game to pick up at all. You'd be surprised. You don't see it very often, but it's not difficult to. It's inexpensive. Put it that way. So, based on the film series. Welcome to the family. It's basically a stripped down version of the PlayStation 2 and Xbox games that came out. But you can see the likenesses there from the film in the bottom corner. There we go. Really good effort on that one. It's a good game. It's well worth investing in if you can find it. We have got the Golden Compass. Yeah, we go from one to the other, don't we? A turkey in the cinema and a turkey on the game front by Sega of all people. What on earth are they doing? More importantly as well, you've got James Bond, you've got Ian McKellen, you've got Nicole Kidman on the front, and none of them lend their voices there to the game at all. None of them do. They couldn't even be bothered to do that. Show you how much they cared about it anyway. I've never seen it. Don't want to see it. Isn't that the one that's on the television now? Dark Matters, or whatever it's called, or something like that. Claire's been watching it, but not my sort of thing. This is quite fun. This is The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, which I used to watch as a cartoon. It's a Cartoon Network one, I think. This one, yes, it was Cartoon Network on the disc. Really good. Yeah, it's not like a Smash Brothers type thing. It's I played it briefly, and it was quite fun, but I never went back to it. So that's it. This one's quite hard to track down. You don't see this one very often, and this is the Hardy Boys, The Hidden Theft, which I think is like a point-and-click adventure type, if my memory serves me correctly. But you don't see it. I think there was only one Hardy Boys game. There's a couple of Agatha Christie ones which we covered under A, but there's definitely a couple of... No Nancy Drew games. I thought there'd be a Nancy Drew game for the Wii, at least. But there isn't. So, the Hardy Boys. Again, the instructions in 4 different languages, which is not a good sign. Team up with America's favourite detectives, the Hardy Boys. When they're not jumping off roofs and ladders and things like that. Now, here's another one which I've got, sort of thing. And this is the sort of game which, when I hear to people about Wii, don't sort of class the Wii as a kiddie system, because you don't get games like House of the Dead Overkill on there. Okay. Now again, this is something that I've got original of. I'll just show you that. I've got the 3D version on the PlayStation 3 with the glasses, which is always a good find, that one. I paid 50p for that, something like that. It's ridiculously stupid. So that's a House of the Dead game. But I've also got, and Pete again very kindly sent me the box to go with it, because Pete collects a lot of, collects loose games. Easy for him to store, which I can understand. So, in the box, I'll show you the back of the box, very nice. He's actually a copy of the game. So I've got a backup copy of the game with the no disc in there, but the manual's in there, which is good. But I've also got this, which is the comic which came with it, the prelude to Overkill. It's sort of like done in Sim City style. Got a black and white comic with the sort of the red blood in it, or lipstick. That seems to be seeing an awful lot of in here. Yeah, that's to go with it as well. So that's really, again, that's so generous of Pete to send that through, and it just upgrades my copy a little bit. Now I've got, the comic to go with it as well. It does say explicit content inside. Yeah, it's interesting. So yeah, House of the Dead Overkill, but yeah, perfect game for the Wii, that one. And then of course from the original series, which is just great. House of the Dead 2 and 3, brilliant fun, absolutely superb. This is the system these games were made for. And I've played House of the Dead 3 on the original Xbox with the controller as the no light gun on it, so this is something which I enjoy playing much better. I don't have many games in this series because they're not really my sort of thing, but I can see why some people like them. Yeah, this is The Legend of Spyro, The Eternal Night. I think I only picked this up because it was cheap, that it usually was, and there's no manual with it. Usually I wouldn't have bothered, but I think I only paid like £1 for this or something like that. Couple of quid at the very most, and I thought, well, it's got no manual with it, but I thought, well, I'll just pick it up because I ain't got any Spyro games. Load of Spyro games, and they're always about 4 or 5 quid, 5 to 8 quid usually. So we've got The Last Airbender. This is based on the film, which I think where, again, I've got no manual with this one. I think it's where he mutters that immortal line, he is a wonderful bender, or something. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it's based on the film because it's got M. Night Shyamalan on things, name on the front of it. So, yeah. Actually got slated, that film. I think some people think it's alright. I don't know. Yeah, so we've got a couple of the big hitters. This is Zelda Skyward Sword, which I picked up. I think I paid 18 quid for this. No, I didn't pay 18 quid for it. I actually traded in a copy of Ocarina of Time on the N64 loose copy, when I used to get about 12 quid for it down to CEX. We used to get quite a bit for it then at the time. So I traded it in for that one and used money to get that. And this is with the orchestral version CD, so I've got that in there. So I have that one. Obviously the one to get is the one with the gold Wii remote control. This isn't that version. This is just the standard orchestral CD bonus version. So there we go. Again, not particularly a Zelda fan, but you can't have a Wii collection without having the Zelda games. And this one was one I got when it was given to me. So I've got Twilight Princess in here as well. It's given to me with no manual. My God. Can't believe that. But yeah, I mean, Zelda games, they aren't my cup of tea. They require a lot of time to go into them, and I just haven't got time to invest in that. Breath of the Wild, you know, I've had that game. I've had that game flipping 3 years now, and just never got into it. You don't see this one all that often anymore, on the Wii anyway. It's Lord of the Rings, Aragorn's Quest, licensed by Warner Brothers, so based on the films, but not actually in the films. But yes, you don't see it all that often. It was quite cheap when I first saw it. You could see it practically everywhere. So that's when I picked it up. It's one of the very first ones, again, I sort of picked up on the Wii. But it's not so easy to find now. Not saying it's expensive, it's just not easy to find. The Sims 2 Castaway, which I think came out of a charity shop. I did get lucky with a couple of these Sims games, and I got them quite cheap. There we go. Sims games are quite fun, again, if you can invest the time. When I first played them, I could. On the PC, I can't now. It makes me wonder I've got so many of them. The Sims 2 Pets. I think I bought this probably not long or just after our dog died, which made me not really want to play it, and I don't think I have done, to be honest with you. But there we go. Not as much fun as having your own dog, really, that one. This one, did I pay? I think I got this on the cheap, but again, no manual with it. It's a Simpsons game. And unlike some people, I quite like this game. I think it sort of captures the spirit of the Simpsons cartoon pretty well. Yes, I did pay £3 for it. Got it out of a cash generator type place. So I did pay £3 for it, but they've welded a little sticker on the back, so I'll have to get some sticky stuff on that. You can see there, yeah, 14th to the 4th, 17th. So I've had that game nearly 4 years now. But yeah, I do like that on the Wii. I do like it. I know some people don't, but I do. This, I think, is a cartoon series. I've never heard of it. This is The Secret Saturday's Beast of the Fifth Son. It's a platform game, and it's a very generic, repetitive, children's-orientated type of platform game. Does it come from The Secret Saturday's video? I don't know if it's a Cartoon Network or no sort of identification. Oh, it is Cartoon Network on the back. It's all right. It's not going to keep you awake at night wondering how they could have made it any better. The Smurfs Dance Party. No. I think there's a sequel. I think there's a Dance Party 2. I'm pretty sure there is. 24 famous songs, including Walk This Way, I'm Gonna Dance With Somebody, Blame It on the Boogie. Chart-topping tracks, One of the Boys, Boom Shakalak, Barbara Streisand, Just the Way You Are, Walking on Sunshine, and Smurf-tastic songs, and that's when it really gets downhill. Mr. Smurf-tastic, Smurfberry-licious, Very Blue Moon, Gargamel, Who Let the Smurfs Out, Please Stop, My Ears Are Bleeding, that sort of thing. 3 to go, The Spiderwick Chronicles, which I think again was a film. Was it Warner Brothers? No, DreamWorks. Was it Nickelodeon? All of them. Yes, it was every single one of those. Again, one of the games I got very early into my Wii collecting. And a game I've got absolutely no interest in playing. This one, again, you don't see it all that often. This is a bit of a tatty old box, this one, actually. It's bashed to pieces. One of the worst boxes I've got, to be honest with you. This is called the Ultimate Red Ball Challenge, but we will mostly know it as Total Wipeout, and there's Richard Hammond on the front of it. This is a non-clicking box, I'm afraid. But there we go. You don't see it all that often. You can see there it's got the French version, which says Total Derapage on it. And it does have Richard Hammond doing the links in between, but it's really about as good as it sounds. And then finally, the piece de resistance of the collection, the X Factor. Yes. Looks like it's been completely untouched, which is hardly surprising, is it really? And this is performed from 28 tracks from your favourite diva, rock and pop artists. It requires a microphone, apparently. Lady Gaga, U2, Pixie Lot. Who are these people? Have we got a track list? I bet we haven't. Yes, we have a track list. Paparazzi, Boys and Girls, Call Me, Break Your Heart, Evacuate the Dance Floor, Beautiful Day, In Your Arms, Release Me, Heavy Cross, Teenage Kicks, that's an interesting one, Ruby, which is the Kaiser Chiefs, You're Beautiful, Can't Get You Out of My Head, which is on every single one of these bloody compilations, I Want You Back is exactly the same, Always Be My Baby, Light My Fire, Back to Black, Oops, I Did It Again, Doesn't Mean Anything, Radio Gaga, All Night Long, and 22. There we go. All the fun of the X Factor rolled into a Wii computer game for your amusement and costing you 20 quid. I'm sure this version came with a microphone as well, but I haven't got that. And that's the. We are done. The is done. Yeah, so there were some interesting games in there, as always, I'm sure you agree, and some big-hitting ones and some not big-hitting ones. But in the meantime, that's all we can do. Hope you've enjoyed that. It's been a lot of fun, as always. In the meantime, if you have enjoyed this, don't forget to do that, which has been going across there-ish. It'll go. Ding. And we hope to see you again here very, very soon. We've probably got maybe 2 more of these, maybe 3, 2, 3, 2.5 to do. We'll have to say. Do take care. This is the Retro Bear saying thank you very much indeed. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you again very, very soon. But until then, it is bye for now.